3 Virginia Beach Middle School students face an expulsion hearing today.
The school suspended them for possession, handling, and use of a firearm, but that so-called firearm was an airsoft gun. And when 10 on Your Side's Andy Fox heard the gun wasn't in school, he began asking questions about this, Andy.
Nicole and Tom, this is a story of whether the Virginia Beach City Public School System is overreaching. The guns weren't in school, on the bus. According to the students, they weren't even at the bus stop. For them, this is a case of zero tolerance reaching to your private property.
Oh, I thought it was ridiculous.
Solange Caraballo thinks it ridiculous the Virginia Beach City Public School System suspended her 13-year-old son Khalid and his friend Aiden Clark because they were firing this spring-driven airsoft gun on the Caraballos' posted private property.
Including my son. He's private property to me. He's my property, not the school's property, until he is in their school and on their school bus.
Or even
at the bus stop.
At the very least, at the bus stop.
Right.
Khalid and Aiden aren't only suspended, but recommended expelled for possession, handling, and use of a firearm. So Khalid and Aiden are over there in the yard taking target practice with the airsoft gun, waiting for the school bus. And this is the school bus stop, 70 yards away.
Virginia Beach 911, where's the emergency?
It all began with this 911 call September 9th. A neighbor sees Khalid doing this in his front yard.
Who is he pointing the gun at?
It seems to be like a tree. It looks like almost like he had a target or something. The tree right in front of his yard.
Taking target practice like this. The caller also knew the gun was not real and said so.
It's not a real one, first of all.
The airsoft guns are designed to be non-lethal with plastic pellets, not copper BBs. I want to see if it hurts, okay? So now, right there. That hurt.
Yeah, you're close.
Right here. It hurt right here. There's a little welt right here. That's what we're talking about. Ironically, the very next day, that 911 caller's son was playing with Khalid and Aiden in the Caraballos' front yard.
We seen the bus.
Did you take the airsoft gun to the bus stop?
No.
Did you take it to school?
No.
Aiden admits shooting the caller's son in the arm, and Khalid admits shooting another friend in the back during an airsoft gun war on the private property.
He knew that we had the airsoft guns. He knew that we were playing with them. He knew that people were getting shot and we were shooting at the tree. But he still came, and then even after he was shot, he still played.
Larkspur Middle School principal Matthew Delaney claims his investigation found the children were firing pellet guns at each other and at people near the bus stop. A child was only 10 feet from the bus stop and ran from the shots being fired but was still hit. Delaney also notes the 911 caller's son that he was shot in the arm and head. But that mother never mentioned anything to us about her son being shot in the head. Khalid insists all the shots fired were on his private property, not at the bus stop, involving children who wanted to be there. Why do you think it's unfair?
Because we were in our yard, and this had nothing to do with school. I didn't have any of this at the school at any time.
The city code isn't clear, goes back and forth. It reads, no person shall discharge any firearm, spring-propelled rifle or pistol within 150 yards of any building. Then reads, no person shall use a pneumatic gun except at approved shooting ranges or within private property.
That's exactly my point. It is private property.
However, the code also requires shooting with permission of the owner.
He knew.
Mom is the owner, and she did not give her son Khalid permission to fire the guns. He disobeyed her, and you can tell Mom's still upset.
You know, he disobeyed me. So that's home. That's a home issue. You know, that's home. It's not a home issue because he won't be doing it again. And like he said, he will not do this ever again.
Virginia Beach police say they do not proactively seek out to enforce this code unless the juveniles are not exercising reasonable care. Reasonable care is defined as the gun is discharged in a manner so the projectile is contained on the property by a fence or backstop, like this fence, or the backstop that catches Khalid's pellets during target practice. What about intent? Did Khalid maliciously intend to do wrong? Would you do the same thing?
No.
Why?
Because it got me in trouble.
Did you think it would get you in trouble when you were doing it?
No, sir.
Solange Caraballo was not at home when the gun incident occurred. Want to make that clear. She was taking her younger son to Head Start. Her 16-year-old daughter was watching Khalid when this occurred. We are told a final decision on expulsion, we were expecting it today, was delayed until tomorrow morning. Go to wavy.com to see a full statement from the school principal, statement from police, and hear the full 911 call. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.